In Moodle, there are 3 different activities that sound very similar. They are the survey, choice, and feedback activities. Let's take a look at these 3 real briefly. First, we have the survey activity. I'm going to go down to one of my sections and click on Add an Activity or Resource. From the activities, I'll select Survey, and then I'll click on Add. Now, this isn't actually a tool that allows instructors to create a survey. Instead, it includes some preloaded surveys for you to use. If I go here, I can name it, and we'll put Reflection on Unit. I can then choose the survey type, and in here, we have the Attitudes to Thinking and Learning survey, the Critical Incident survey, and the Constructivist Online Learning Environment survey. I'm going to select one of these. Here we can leave a description, adjust the settings. I'm going to click Save and Display just to show you what this looks like. Now here at the top it says the purpose of this survey is to help us understand how well the online delivery of this unit enabled you to learn. So there are some questions here, in fact quite a few of them, 26, but this is a survey that's already been created. So utilize these different surveys on here as great ways to kind of get feedback from your students as to how the class is going, what's working, what isn't working. Now I'm going to back out of here for now and go back to my Effective Team Communications course. And next I want to show you the choice activity, which allows you as the instructor to pose a simple question for the students to answer. This is just one question that they can then answer. I'm going to go down, let's say to one of my units, Navigating Conflict. I'll click on Add an Activity or Resource, and then I want to go to Choice. I'll click Add, and from here, we can give it a title. I'm going to put How Prepared Are You for the Final Assessment? Then we have the description area, and we can decide if we want that to display on the course page. And then next we can decide if we want the different options to appear horizontally or vertically. Down below, we can decide on our options if we want to allow choices to be updated, if we want to allow more than one choice to be selected, and so on. And then down here is where we can begin entering in the choices or the options. We have the ability to add 5 of them here, but you can add more if you want. And if there's any of them you're not using, you can simply just leave them blank. So here I ask the question of, how prepared are you for the final assessment? Now, below here, I'm going to put very prepared. Next, I'm going to put somewhat prepared. I'm not sure. I'm not prepared. So those are my options there. Now I can adjust the availability if I want to, the results and what we'll do with them. This is an important one because it tells you what will happen once the results are done. So first of all, do you want to publish these to students or not? So here we have do not publish results to students, show results to students after they answer, show results to students only after the choice is completely closed, or always show the results to students right away. I'm going to put here that I want it to show them after they answer. Now, we can also here decide if we want to publish these anonymously or not, show the column for unanswered, and so on. I'm going to go down here and click Save and Display, and you'll see the way that this choice appears. So right here, when students access this, it will say, how prepared are you for the final assessment? And then they can decide if they are very prepared, somewhat, they're not sure, or they're not prepared. So if I answered here, very prepared, save my choice, it would enter that in. And then it gives me that information and feedback right away because I chose that option. Now, I'm going to back out of here, and we'll take a look at one more activity very similar to these, and that is the feedback activity. Now, the feedback activity is what I would consider a survey. I know it's a little confusing, but I'm going to go to my Effective Team Communication course. Under Communication Fundamentals, I'll click on Add an Activity or Resource, and then we're going to go over to the feedback activity. Down here, I'll click Add, and this is where we can begin to start creating the survey. So let's say I have a survey that is a sample survey. I'm just going to go through this quickly to show you how you can do this. Here we can add in a description if we want, availability, questions, and so on. I'm going to put Save and Display. And then here is where we can edit the questions. So once we've set up this foundation, we can go Edit Questions, Add a Question, and you can select the type of question you want. For instance, is it multiple choice? Is it a short or long answer one? And you can choose that inside of here and begin creating it. In order to show you what this looks like, I'm going to navigate back to my dashboard, and I want to view this as a student. So I'll navigate to my Understanding Social Media course, switch role to student, and then at the bottom, I have a survey. So down here, if I click on this guest speaker survey that I've already created, I can go ahead and click Answer the Questions, and here they are. So how beneficial did you think the guest speaker was? They can answer there. What is the most interesting thing that the guest speaker shared? Explain why, and so on. Now, take advantage of these three different features: the survey, the feedback, and the choice. I believe that feedback is one of the keys to a quality learning experience. Not only is it critical for the instructor to give students great feedback and for peers to give each other feedback, but it's also important for the instructor to receive feedback from the students, and you can do that using these tools.